What's up, everybody? It's Dr. Gigglez from the Hauntapolooza PODCAST, and in this video, we are going to be giving you a full, on-depth review of the Haunted Overload. It's usually rated in the top 10 haunts of the country. It's usually rated up there as the creme de la creme, the top of the top. This is where you're supposed to go when you want to get your scare on, and it's supposed to be the best of the best. So before we get into this, we will definitely break it down. We're going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything there is. And then we'll let you know, in our opinion, if we think it's worth your time. And before we dive into that, if you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the share button. It helps us out greatly. If you want to leave us a comment down below, good, bad, ugly, whatever, just leave it down in the comments down below. Let's get into this. So Saturday night, we drove up to, Haunted Overload is located in Lee, New Hampshire. So what we did was we drove a little over, like 2 hours and 10 minutes or so. And we met up with our friends, and we all went up there, and we were like, all right, for those that don't know anything about Haunted Overload, if you watch like Travel Channel and all these other Halloween haunted attractions, the best of the best, and you see all these different reviews of haunts, and you see all this other stuff. Haunted Overload usually hits top 10 in the whole country. It's usually just one of those haunts that are like amazing, and we had never been. So this was the first time we went. We had bought tickets ahead of time because we knew that they sold out. So we wanted to make sure that we went, because we tried to go last year and we couldn't because it just sold out. It's just that popular of a place. So with that being said, we got there for our time, was like around 8 o'clock. And I will say, they have the store out front. Like, when you're leaving over by the parking lot, and it has apple cider, hot apple cider. It's got apple cider donuts. You get all kinds of stuff. Amazing. That was really awesome. I bought a bunch of stuff when I left. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of all of this. So when you pull up and you get out of your car, you go to the queue line that they got. It's a long queue line. We were in that line for over an hour. And the good thing is I didn't really feel like I was in it for an hour, because they have amazing sets and amazing props, and they have awesome actors and awesome makeup and all kinds of stuff in there to keep you entertained while you're waiting. I mean, that's really good, because how many of you out there have gone to a haunted attraction, waited a long time, and it felt like a long time because there was nothing going on? You're just sitting there like a sack of bricks, just going, oh, what am I going to do now? You sit on your phone and talking to you get that idea. So this was awesome. And you can see in the pictures as we're talking all about the different cool things in this queue line that were really awesome. And I love it. So it took, like I said, over an hour to get through this, finally get to where they scan the tickets. Now, here's the problem I had, but it wasn't a major problem. But if you have like T-Mobile, or you have crappy cell signal out there, make sure that you have the tickets opened or printed out. If you haven't printed out, cool, no worries. If not, make sure you have it already open so they can scan it. I had bad cell signal. You can't open up the tickets. But they had, I had my order number. I had, it says the date, said the time, said the, what do you call it? How many tickets, blah, blah, blah. So that was okay, but I figure I'd give you that information up ahead. Also, once you get through that, you get to the castle. That's the entrance. And the cool thing that I do like is, they put you in your groups, whether you got 2, you got 5, whatever you got, you go through. And you get to the first area, which is like the circus area, which was phenomenal. It was awesome, on point, great, especially the actor on the tricycle, and they had the lizard person and all that. Awesome. Now, all this leading up, everything I'm saying, awesome, awesome, awesome. It's great, great, great. This is where it takes a turn. I know it's an unpopular opinion to say that I felt that Haunted Overload was overhyped. It happens all the time. And I think, like, when people see this stuff on TV, they're not going through the motions like a normal night. Now, people will, you're going through. It was a non-stop Congo line, sometimes dead stops. The sets are still awesome. The makeup on the actors is great. Some actors were like all into it. Some were just kind of sitting there like a sack of bricks. It was just weird. It's like a highly regarded, totally awesome haunt that people say. To me, I didn't get that warm and fuzzy feeling, and I felt it was overhyped. I don't know what to say. I'll probably get crucified for it, but my honest opinion is, from Saturday night when I went, I didn't feel it was worth what all this hype was about. And people that I've talked to that highly regard them in the industry, like other haunt owners, other actors and stuff, they thought I was nuts. They're like, it can't be. And I was like, dude, if I could have recorded this and you've seen it for yourself, you would have been like, oh my God. Like, you know, I didn't pre-talk to any owners. I didn't film it. All I have is pictures of the queue line. That's it. And when we got out, we got out and we're like, oh, that's it? Like, it was just weird. I mean, I will say when I was in a set, you know, like the areas and the theming and all that, I felt like I was really in it. And that's where they really shine. Some of their actors weren't really doing nothing. Maybe they were like mad because it was just a Congo line. I don't even know if that's just how it's set up. Some haunted houses are set up to have what I call a Congo line. It's a constant stream of people, and some haunts have no choice but to do that, because if not, they'll never get everybody through for the night. Now, I know like Halloween Horror Nights, Lake Compounds' Haunted Graveyard is set up that way. There's a lot of haunts that are very busy and they have no choice but to Congo line you. I know it sounds like a weird way to name it, but that's what I call it. And that's all it was. There was dead stops. We were sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I enjoyed I was looking at the scenery as it was Congo lined. I had fun in the haunt. And will I go back? Of course I will at some point. Not this season. Maybe next season. You know, I always have to go to a haunt 2 or 3 times to really get a feel for the place. They always say, you know, your first impression is always the best. Well, it wasn't really the best first impression for me. I'm not knocking what they do, because they're like at a 50-50. They, like, half of what they do is amazing. And to me, like I said, I don't know if that constant stream of people is the way it's set up to get people through. I don't know if they know how to get their pacing right. I don't know the, you know, I don't know the logistics of how that haunt is run. I've never talked to the owners or actors. I just don't know how it's run. So I don't want to be like a total jerk and be like, skip this place. It's a piece of crap. I'm not doing that. I don't do that to any haunt. I don't say skip it. It's a must skip. I think it's overhyped. I think it's overrated at what I've been told and how it's been praised. Yes, I think it's overrated. And I think if I went on a night that had less people, didn't have that constant stream of people, maybe my thoughts would have been better. Now, I'm not sitting there going, oh, please let me film it, please let me have it. That's not what I'm at. I'm just saying, if you're looking to go to the haunt, keep in mind that if it's busy, you may have a constant stream of people. It may not have the awesome experience that's portrayed on TV or your friends have told you. I didn't get that experience when I went. It was a busy night, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, I thought, like I said, the sets were awesome. Almost all the actors were awesome. The makeups on them were awesome. The pacing queue line thing, without knowing if that's how it's set up, you know, like, And I think because of that and the dead stops, just standing there going, well, what the hell's going on? I think, to me, that hurt giving it a better rating. Now, I know that the rating I'm going to give, people are going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to get crucified. And I'm okay with that. I have to tell the truth. I have to be honest. And that's what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5 or 4. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 because it didn't hold up to the hype. And me not knowing certain things, like, is it supposed to be a Congo line? Is it always a Congo line like that? And some of the actors were just kind of just standing there, doing absolutely nothing, just looking at you like they were confused. Not all of them. I would say 5 or 10 of them did out of a whole ton of them. Some areas didn't have any actors where they maybe could have been. I don't know. I don't know how it's set up. But it's definitely not the experience that people see on TV or what I've been told. And a lot of people are like, it had to have been a bad night, something, you know. And that's why I'm willing to give it another chance and probably go next season and go, hey, you know, I don't ever want to deter anybody from not going. I just like to say, hey, this is the experience I had, and just be cautious that this is what it is. I mean, if you love, if you don't get scared, I don't get scared. And I love looking to see how the makeups are, how the sets are, all the props and all that. I love looking at that. And they did a great job with those elements right there. Like, that alone is worth the price. It was like $26 for the ticket. That alone is worth the price of admission to see that. If you're looking to get scared, and if you're looking to have a more of a intimate go through, like some haunts you get to, not always, but some you do, then that might not be for you. But if you're looking to have a good time and see some really good props and theming and sets and stuff, then this is for you. For me, next time when I go in, my expectations now are not going to be set so high. I have these expectations of, I know I'm getting into something that looks amazing. I feel like I'm in something amazing. The makeup and stuff is amazing. I'll probably have a better experience in my mind. When I'm trying to find something that's scary and all that, to me, that wasn't it. But don't go, you may get more scared easier than I do. I know Jessica and Danielle got scared a couple times. But again, for me, when I'm trying to find something, a whole immersive thing, that really didn't check off all the boxes. But maybe when I go next season, that the boxes all get checked off. I don't know. Maybe I got to try to go a different night. I don't know. But for that, that's what it was. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. If you did, click the share button. Leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time. Peace.